You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It's your host, Brian Fullerton, hanging with you guys, and happy Friday. Liz is on the podcast today, so you know it's going to be one of those kind of shows. Where are we at? Give me a timestamp, time, location.
We are at home in Novi, Michigan.
Well, don't give them everything.
It's like, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's 4 o'clock timestamp, and
actually 94 degrees out, so the guys kind of called it quits early today because we didn't want to kill them.
Dude, it's literally 90. I got to look at
100% humidity.
It's 102 real feel right now, which I know some people are like, oh man, we do with 105s and 110s. They're like, ooh. And I get that, but
we are not acclimated to that up here.
Well, so I was talking to somebody the other day, and I think it was Rob, and I said, I don't mind 100 degrees as long as I don't get snow, right? Like, that's fine. Like, if you're in Florida, you're used to 100-degree heat, and then it kind of tapers, I would hope, in November through what? January?
See, no, I don't. I disagree.
No, listen, I'm not done with my thought.
I already disagree.
You just disagree. Just carte blanche disagree with your husband. On today's show, we're going to be talking about life updates and the rewards of the business. But first off, I just want to completely disagree. I was saying to Rob, I said, I don't mind 100-degree weather. Mm-hmm. And I think this would be a logical compromise from anybody.
No.
If I'll do... Why are you just
Because I don't like 100-degree weather.
My phone just said dismiss because I had a weather update because we're going to get some rolling thunderstorms. And I wish I could just dismiss what you just said. That's what you do to me. Just dismiss. I wouldn't mind the heat if we didn't get the snow. Mm-hmm. Like it's one or the other. But if we're going to get snow up here in Michigan, mm-hmm. I don't want your 102-degree heat. Give me the 80s, maybe a couple 90-degree days, and that's it.
Can I tell you?
Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Because I feel like if you have 100 degrees, you have to compensate it with snow. Otherwise, it's just...
Or we just have 85 degrees days, which are hot enough, and then we get some snow.
No.
This whole global warming thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So now you
85 degrees is fine.
Yeah, anything over 80. Rob and I were talking about that. 85, maybe a 86.
85, 86 if it's not humid. If it's humid, forget it. Staying inside.
Yeah, and today it's 102-degree real feel with 100% humidity or whatever, 90% humidity. What's 100% humidity again, by the way, Liz? You said this once. Did you say this on a podcast? I don't think I said this.
No, we were talking about it with Rob.
Yeah. You're 100% humidity. Isn't that like swimming in water? Isn't that water?
If the air is 100% filled with water, it's at 100% humidity, it would be raining. So we found out that's not true, but that's what I thought for a while.
The humidity factor was the density of the water droplets in the air. You're it's only 50%.
I thought when it got to 100, that's when it rained.
Listen to us for sage business wisdom and advice. Man. So here's what I got written down, so I haven't figured that one out, is talking about the rewards of the business. It was just kind of a fun, kind of a lighthearted topic we wanted to do on Friday to wrap up the week. I've had so many great people on the show that I've been so excited about getting on the show. We've had...
Did the Tom Wheelwright
one dropped on Wednesday. That was a really, really good show.
Yeah. So it's dropped today, our time.
Our real time dropped today, yep. That was a really good show. I had a lot of great feedback from people on Instagram. Tom's a super smart dude. I mean, he's extremely wealthy. Hanging with Robert Kiyosaki. I don't really have any heroes, if you will, or business heroes even, but Robert Kiyosaki would probably be a dude that I'd like to meet once. I'm sure I'd probably be he's an okay guy. But you know what? I'd still would like to meet him and be hey, dude.
Yeah, just have a conversation. It'd be so cool.
He changed our whole outlook on so many different things back when I picked up Rich Dad Poor Dad when I was 18. But we wanted to... So the guest interviews have been amazing. We've had a lot of people from the show sponsors for the summer tour, the Entrepreneur Series. We've had, I think John Reynolds is coming up here soon with Stable. We've had, help me out, Chris Kaiser was on just recently with the OPEI. So that was pretty cool. The guy that is running Mutt Madness and all that stuff and the rest of the OPEI. We have Jason Wilk coming up here with Echo. Really quick here soon. There's just so many great people we've had on the show.
Yeah, and then you have the tour.
And then all the tour guests on all the Monday shows with Henrik to Jake Beringa to Gabe. So many more great guys coming on. It's just so much fun behind the scenes. We got a lot of oars in the water. Launchpreneur Academy ticket sales are going really well. We're almost at 100 tickets already.
Yeah, which is honestly great for this point in time. In our timeline, we've realized the past couple of years, the majority of our sales actually come
3 weeks out.
3 weeks out, which is makes us scrambled. But this year we are capping it at 400. Like we're done. Usually we kind of let people buy tickets up because we'll take anybody.
But
we just to make things function better this year, we've decided we're capping it at a certain number, so that way all of our materials are organized ahead of time. It's just so much more stress free for us to run the event, especially having Emmy. We just can't pivot as fast as we used to, because it used to be cool, 3 weeks before the event we sell an extra 100 tickets, but we have to get all those new materials and swag bags, and it was just not possible right now. So
real time, the whole ball of wax promotion is going well. A couple people have been picking up the whole ball of wax, which you get a free ticket to this year's LAL,
which is so cool. There's people, because I'm in charge of the Facebook group, I see people joining, and there's questions you have to answer, and we've gotten quite a few of those guys are in the Facebook group, and people are talking about what they've learned from it. It's been really cool in the Facebook group, sharing people's experiences. Also in the Facebook group, if you are attending and you've gotten your ticket but haven't gotten your hotel room, our host hotel is sold out.
Already sold out.
Completely sold out. So in the Facebook group, I've posted a link directly to our off-site
Overflow
Hotel, which is still a great place to stay. People have stayed there over the years.
It's brand new.
Yeah.
Like 3, maybe 4 years old now. It's the Spring Hill Suites, Wixom.
In Wixom, yeah. It's just right down the road. Nice facility, and there's lots of people staying there. So,
shout out to Martin Abdur. I think that's how you say his last name. Chaldean dude, awesome guy, mows grass. He's one of us. His family, they're all Chaldeans, like all network. They're all my cousin, bro. But one of his cousins, go figure, owns the whole slew of hotels at the Wixom exit. He's like, so we were cutting grass one day. He's like, dude, I follow you on YouTube. He goes, hey, I know you do this event. If you guys ever run out of rooms at the Hyatt, we got a whole hotel like a mile down the road. And I'm like, oh yeah, dude, like that's awesome. Like small world, right? Good for networking. Well,
we have a whole block there.
Well, I was going to say the first LAL, we only had 150 people coming, which was still amazing. So we did sell out the hotel, but we were at capacity. And now 200, 300, 400 people are coming. You need 80, 90, 200, 300 hotel rooms, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So
and there's always tons of stuff happening in our area. Like we live just outside of Detroit. It's Metro Detroit is what we call it here. And there's stuff happening all the time. So the hotels are kind of hard to come by, especially seemingly in the fall. It's when like a lot of corporate events happen here. So
severe thunderstorm warning has started.
So hopefully we don't lose power.
Hopefully we don't lose the podcast and lose the power here, because our place.
Always go sit in the truck, plug it in.
That's true. I'm just saying, like our hotel, which is what this kind of place is. But by the way, tell them what the cleaning lady the cleaning people called her.
No. Okay, so we have cleaning people come. I love them. They're amazing. There's like a team of like 3 girls that come in, and they do our place though, and like
did you update our credit card on file?
I did.
Okay, cool.
They do it in like half an hour, and they're talking, and they're like, oh, we just love being here. They're kind of bumping into each other as they're going about their routine, but they're like, it's kind of hard having 3 of us in such a small place. This place is so tiny compared to the houses. Where she's going on and on about how small our place is and how easy it is to do, and I'm like, thanks.
Then I get home and you're like upset.
I'm like, our house is so tiny. The cleaning people are judging. They have to think we're insane. Actually, I think like the head girl, her boyfriend or something does lawn care.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
that's
if he listens to this podcast, but we love you.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but you were like,
couldn't live without you.
All the husbands listening in, you guys know what I had to do after that. Talk Liz off the cliff. Why can't we have a nice house? And I want a nice house.
We joke with them because we have nicknames for our accounts, like the crazy people, or the hoarder people.
We nickname our accounts in lawn care. I mean, you guys have butthead customers and moronic people that you do work for too, and you're like, why do I even bother this? The ring alarm just went off, by the way. We're gonna get pounded with thunderstorms here in a second.
But we were joking with them over the winter. We were like, what's our nickname? Because we know how it goes.
Well, because we're home when they're cleaning once in a while, which is so awkward.
I mean, typically we're here, and it is small, so like there's not really anywhere for me to go when they're like cleaning. So like it's always so tempting to like help. Like they start cleaning, I start organizing. Like it's
awkward for you. You can't stand it. I'm in the corner just like, hey, Alexa works. Do whatever you want. Like order a pizza, whatever you guys want.
I enjoy when they're here. Whatever. Anyways, but like our house is crazy half the time. So you have a banner up that says, Brian's on maintenance, Brian's 10, Launchpreneur, like for when Brian does his live streams, and that just stays up unless we have to use the backdrop for something or have like, I don't know, family come over. We don't even take it down for family. So we have that up. We have a ring light in the corner. We have cameras everywhere, podcast equipment's on the like table. So I'm like, do these people think we have like an OnlyFans? Like they've got to think that we're so weird. But then like we asked them about it, and they're like, no, they actually knew of
Well,
you.
we heard them calling other homes that they have like, oh, we got to go to the
cat lady house.
Yeah, the cat lady house,
yeah.
and then this other house, the Amazon lady's house, and we're like, what's up with that?
We get called the Frank and Teddy house because they love our animals.
Yeah, so that it could be
At least
worse.
that's what they told us.
The pretentious douchebag YouTubers, you know? Yeah, right. No, we're
Like
actually
just looking around this room. I mean, there's a microphone in the corner.
just the Blue
There's
Yeti mic on your
Yeah,
vanity.
they're probably like,
Well,
what
that's in here because we did that podcast with Jeremiah and Savannah. We actually did a really, I thought it was a good podcast on their podcast talking about marriage life.
Forever long.
It was an hour and a half long podcast talking about marriage, life, running the business together. The Almonds just dropped
I really
one too.
enjoyed that podcast.
Yeah. Well,
Recording it, I guess. I haven't listened to it.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it yet, but I think it just came out on Monday, so I haven't been in the field a lot to listen to a bunch of podcasts till this day, but so the Hyatt sold out, whole ball of waxes are going great. Pick up the whole ball of wax, before the end of the month. That's when that promo is going on. Tons of people coming to LAL this year that it's their first time, and they don't own a business yet. I fielded half a dozen.
That's cool.
Yeah, I fielded.
What a way to get started.
I was going to say, I fielded probably 3, maybe 4 emails just recently, and so many people are coming. They're buying a ticket. One or two people might have bought the whole ball of wax. I know one guy did for sure, but they're coming just to explore starting a business. And I'm like, that's actually pretty.
Smart.
Yeah, that seems like a different take.
Gear to go to, considering we're like really getting into X's and O's this year. And
Yeah, so we're having James Mansky, Mike Andes, Mark Bradley. Mark Bradley, by the way, owned a $50 million company, and he's the founder of LMN. Okay, like very smart.
Can you imagine $50 million?
It's crazy. Like he's doing $100,000 like what, a week or a day or something. It's ridiculous. And then so many more. Nick Carlson, Troy Clogg is speaking about why and legacy. Like
I'm so excited to hear from Troy. I'm so excited to hear from Nick too. I haven't seen Nick in a while because I haven't gone to like GAE or
Equip.
Yep.
So if you guys haven't got your ticket yet, please get it at LaunchpreneurAcademy.com. We really appreciate the support. We're selling like 4 or 5 tickets every day, which is a great pace, and we'll get to that 400 number. And then again, thank you to all the sponsors: Xmark, Ballard Products, SureTrack Trailers, and Yardbook for sponsoring that. Things are going really good behind the scenes. We're excited about Equip. Equip is always a good time, but Equip's kind of like the groupie con. Where our live event is it's where it's at for people who want to grow. And if you guys are trying to grow a successful business, you guys are trying to make more money in lawn care, landscaping, the green industry, hardscaping industry, that's where you need to be. If you guys relate to wanting to grow a company and you guys are out there trying to kick butt and grow this thing year over year, dig holes, mow lawns, like buy nicer equipment, get your life going and growing. That's what Launchpreneur Academy is for. Equip is a fun time, don't get me wrong, but it's like a groupie session now. It's turned into a fun hangout, and of course you get to see the equipment and get to see all the companies.
It has its place for sure, but it's not where you like learn.
It's not where you learn to grow a successful company. And so I always say, if you're going to Equip, awesome, we're going to be there, can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
How's our 5K training going, by the way?
Oh, it's so great.
I mean, we are running laps around the competition.
I'm really good at chasing Emmy.
Yeah, well, I'm really good at chasing you.
chasing Emmy.
Oh, okay. So
speaking of Launchpreneur Academy, are we telling them about?
I go ahead. That's all you, because I just was emailing Heather back and forth like a couple minutes ago. So that's all you. That's a fun update.
Yeah. So we decided this year that we are going to put together a women's breakfast at the same time as the breakout session that they're doing the next morning. So Sunday, November 12th?
Yeah, the event's I think November 11th. It's a Saturday, and then November 12th. No. Fact check that real time.
I am, 'cause I don't
it's
think
November
that's the right
12th, Saturday. 13th, the Sunday after the breakfast.
Is the breakfast. So ladies only. We're gonna have anybody who came, who brought their wife or
girlfriend, fiance,
whoever, come have breakfast with me. Come hang out with me. I want to talk to you. I want to fellowship with you. I think it's really, more women are coming to these events like Equip and things like that, but we don't really get a whole lot of time to sit and talk. And previous years we've always done a picture with all of the girls, but I want to get to know you guys. Like I think it's such a special thing to be in this industry as a woman, and we have such unique, point of view on things. I really just am looking forward to connecting and networking and just hanging out, really, so come have breakfast with me. There is no cost, which is cool.
Well, there's a cost, but
there's a cost, but we're footing the bill because I want to have some friends. So come hang out with me. And if your wife isn't coming, tell her she should so that we can have breakfast together.
There you go. And that's going to be, there's no cover, like you just said, just to reiterate. So that Sunday morning, all the guys, they usually want to sleep in or they're already going out to breakfast anyway. Right. right? So it's like all the ladies get kind of left out. And so we're trying to incorporate them more into the event in general, to give them some options. The not hardscaping, but the breakout session with Corey and Nick is still going to go on. It'll be parallel. The breakfast at 8:30. Those tickets are already sold out. That's a master class that we're doing. But if you're a young lady or a lady that wants to come hang out with Liz and the rest of the other lawn care and hardscaping girls and ladies and leaders, that'll be a fun time. Network, get to hang out with everybody.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's really cool. Like seeing more and more women come to these events, and like we have a place in the industry. Like why don't we have something of our own at LAL or maybe eventually Equip? Like
yeah. And by the way, if you have any type of pockets and want to sponsor the ladies' luncheon,
right now it's sponsored by Brian's Lawn Maintenance.
Right now it's sponsored by Brian's Lawn Maintenance because I was like, "Are you gonna find a sponsor for this?" And she goes, "Come on, like you got deep pockets, like it's an investment, is what you said." And I'm like, "Oh, that's great." I said, "It's always easier to spend somebody else's money. It's our money." But I'm like, $30 a person times 50 people. I'm like, it's $1,500, bro. Like, so if anybody wants to sponsor that. Holler at your boy with an email, and we'll get you a banner, and we'll give you a 5-minute microphone talking session to promote whatever it is you got. So, hey, one other quick thing before we talk about our topic, which is just going to be a short and sweet topic here today, but we just want to keep it lighthearted. It's the dog days of summer. It's 100 degrees out for everybody. I don't want to get super businessy on today's show because I mean, frankly, like Monday's shows have been great. The Wednesday shows have been great. We've been kind of doing that, but I just don't want to overwhelm you guys with just business. But I got to say really quick, happy birthday to Emmy.
I know. Oh, Emmy's birthday was yesterday, you guys. I didn't expect to be so emotional.
Yeah.
It was I'm still emotional about it. Her party's on Sunday, so it's like a week of like celebrating.
Yeah.
And God, I can't believe she's already
1 year old. We have a 1-year-old baby. Okay, just if you guys are new to the show, work with us here. But a lot of people have been listening for a long time on YouTube and the podcast.
So many of you guys actually messaged me to say happy birthday, and then a lot of like my mom friends all messaged me, and like they were like, "Yeah, happy birthday to Emmy," but like, "How are you? Are you okay?"
Oh, yeah, you were a wreck. You were a wreck. We've been doing this whole thing called life together, right? A lot of you guys listening in, you guys are having kids, and I'm thinking like Rory with their little River, right? And then John Henry's with Meatloaf.
Don't call
no, I call him Lunchbox or Meatloaf. I think I called
Emmy Lunchbox.
Well, I thought I
was pregnant with her before you found out she was a girl.
Well, I also thought she was going to be a boy, but she still could be. It's 2022. She can. She can pick in 5 more years, or somebody can pick for us and then not tell us and then rip her away from us, like in California. That's how they do it now, which is insane.
I don't want to talk about that.
That's insane. It's insane what they're doing to the kids these days. But, dude, it's wild, man, out there. I'm telling you what, like, talk about rewards of the business. One's going to be like homeschool. But so you were a wreck with Emmy. We went to the zoo, by the way. Mm-hmm. I just want to plug that in there really quick because that was, I told the guys, I'm not working next week, Tuesday. I don't care if everything fails, every piece of equipment, and every customer quits. I'm going to the zoo with my family. And they were like, got it, dude, like relax. But I'm like, I'm not here. I'm like, if you need something, call me. But I said, figure every problem out. I'm not here today. I'm not coming in, come hell or high water. I'm spending the day with my family. And they're like, sweet, dude, awesome, we got your back. And they did. The guys crushed it. Finished the day strong. We had some really important work that had to get done. One of our clients is having an annual inspection for one of our VIP clients, and so they were really just white glove service, taking care of that. It's been a crazy couple of days, just work. But it was a fun day. So, happy birthday to Emmy. If you ever listen to the show and Mommy and Daddy got killed in an airplane crash, you can listen back on this. That sounds morbid really quick.
Ryan.
What?
The heck?
I'm just saying she can go back through and listen to the archives and become successful. By listening to me and Caleb and Paula. You know what I mean? And all you guys that are listening in. Take her under your wing, would you? All right. Well, let's do this really quick. Let's change it up. We're going to do a quick commercial break, and then we're going to talk about rewards of the business. And this is something that I wanted to talk about because you almost need like the motivation this time of year to keep moving because it's hot, it's humid, it's sticky out. The lawns are burned out for a third of you guys listening in. You guys have had the worst drought season in, your whole business career, 5-10 years. I'm just noticing a lot of drought conditions. We're grateful everybody's doing rain dances when trying to get a thunderstorm to just kick through. So
it's really easy right now to get like disillusioned with your business and forget why you do this in the first place.
The dog days of summer, man. So we just thought we'd do a quick little fun podcast. I did a what do they call it? Instagram question. And so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of people that submitted things that they're thankful for.
Wow.
I know, right? And then how's your list going? Because I told you to write this down a week ago.
Great.
I mean, so long.
So long.
All right, well, let's do this. Let's kick it back over to Marty, Mr. Producer. We'll get into the meat of the podcast here, I guess, and we'll listen to a quick commercial break, and then we'll come right on back.
Looking to maximize your production in the field? Ballard Products has over 300 products that can help you get the most out of your efforts every day. Ballard Products. Whether you are looking to get a better cut, keep your gear on your machine, keep your expensive equipment clean and safe, or just get the most out of your machines, Ballard has you covered. Ballard Products. Make sure to use Brian's 10 to save 10% on our complete line of gear. Jump onto our easy-to-use updated website at ballard-inc.com to get your gear ordered today. Keep grinding. Stay safe. And have a great season. Ballard. Who says you can't have it all and even a little more? All month long, Brian is throwing in a free ticket to Launchpreneur Academy Live when you buy the whole ball of wax at launchpreneuracademy.com. Now, the whole ball of wax is all the training programs, documents, resources, postcard designs, and future content that will be made available at the website. If you've never been to launchpreneuracademy.com, stop the podcast. Check it out right now. The savings of buying it all in this one package is truly remarkable. Plus, you receive one free Launchpreneur Academy Live 2022 admission for the November 12th event in Novi, Michigan. This deal ends August 31st. And yes, tickets to the event can be purchased separately from the Whole Ball of Wax promotion.
All right, guys, let's jump right back into it here. Liz, we're going to you. What is your first thing that you are thankful for? That is because you got a huge list in front of you. All right, here, I won't put you, Johnny, on the spot. But what I will say,
on the spot. I got a list.
I got my list. I got a list
in my head.
Okay,
I have a list.
So what we'll do this. We'll kind of pitch back and forth with some of the stuff that we're thankful for, and then we'll listen to see what everybody else wrote down. And so. Okay. Here's the idea, what we're thankful for and what's something that we've got out of the business. And it can be material things. It can be new equipment. It can be sending your kids to private school. I don't know. But here's the thing, I guess. Interestingly, as some people are probably still working towards some of these goals. Some people probably have acquired some of these goals. And you know, everybody's doing everything for something. There's always got to be the motivation behind it. What's your why? And I don't care if it's a 4-wheeler. I don't care if it's a new truck. I don't care if it's
whatever gets you out of bed in the morning to go and tackle whatever you need to do that day.
It's because you want to change 1,000 people's lives this year on social media. Dude, whatever. Okay, like everything that makes you do something to me is good. Why are you making those faces?
I don't know.
Are you trying to throw me off?
Yeah. Sorry.
It's weird.
Way to call me out on it.
Dude, you're making this weird raccoon face. like you look like a little squirrel, like chasing a nut. Like, what are you doing? Okay.
Nothing. It doesn't. Well, it's my face.
You're just being rude on the podcast. Why are you so weird?
I don't know.
Come to our marriage conference. Do you think like that was appropriate?
Yeah.
Do you remember the John Wick episode? You're like, I don't want a lesson. I don't want a lecture. Did you just make fun of me again? Why are you such a bud? I'm so oppressed. I'm literally the victim. Nobody knows what I did. All right, let's go through a couple here and think out loud.
Yes. Sir.
I have some things that you're thankful to. The lawn fellas. He said to take my family on 2 vacations instead of 1. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So he's working hard.
It's like double the amount of
double your pleasure, double your fun, double your vacations.
That's a very good
with the lawn fellas
thing to
be
thankful for.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Can you stop? Whatever that is, you're just stop.
I'm not doing anything.
Put your hands under your lap.
I'm just existing.
No, you were messing with the pillow here. Stop. You're being a weird.
Don't tell them about the pillow.
The pillow. What about the pillow?
Now they're gonna know we're podcasting on our.
Well, this is what we do. People don't know. We're actually in the company cam studio.
We're professionals.
Professionals, right? Keep it focused here.
Yes, I'm not doing anything.
Jedi Jack 13. He said, getting a raise from your boss or going to the equipment expo with your boss. That's one of the things that he was thankful for, and it's a reward of his business. That is really cool. All right. What's one thing that you're thankful for? Let me skim some of these, but I don't want to read one out loud, actually, because I didn't really proof any of these.
I'm really thankful to be able to lead by example and show our daughter and future kids that there's a different way to live. Like, not everybody. I didn't grow up
coming
like
in
that.
heavy, dude.
I know.
Wow.
I know. Well, you asked me to think about it. I had a long time to think about these things. We talked about this episode like a while ago.
Well, we tried to shoot this episode a week and a half ago. And we got a fight.
We literally sat here with the headsets on, just looking at each other.
I was so mad.
Brian quit.
I was so mad.
I sat here for another 15 minutes with the headphones on, just so I could
sending me text message. Just now or never, man.
Anyways, I'm really thankful because it is a very cool way of living. And when you go to school, everybody hears the same thing: go to school, get a good get an education, get a college degree, and get a good job working for somebody else. And nobody talks about living there's like a completely different way you can live your life.
Yeah.
And leading by example and having her grow up in that environment is really cool to me. It's so priceless. Even if I hated the business, I think it would be worth it. Just for that.
I'll be honest, like 10, 15, 20 years ago, I didn't know but one or two, maybe three self-employed people. Mm-hmm. I mean, and it sounds so weird, from somebody who's a plumber to a guy who installs garage doors for a living or puts fences into the ground. Shout out to Dan Wheeler. Whoever, we didn't know any self-employed people. Did you know any self-employed people back in the day?
Not really, no. You had self-employed people in your family.
My dad.
Everybody I knew.
My uncle. But that was maybe, but nobody owned like big businesses. No 500 person company businesses, by the way. That is an interesting thought. Egan Lawn Care LLC, having time for vacations and long weekends, hustle hard to play hard.
We love that.
I love that idea a lot. Providing people with a good quality place of work and good pay with good culture. That's from Kel Holtz.
That is a really cool thing to think about. Like, there's things that you get out of the business, but then you're also providing
jobs,
like, a job and a life for your employees.
Yeah, amen.
And their kids, and like it's cool.
I will say, when Anthony used to work for me back in the day, Anthony was a kid. He was 17. He bought a little $1,500 Alero. Beige Alero. It was like a gray Alero, and he paid cash. It was $1,500, but it was all money that he saved working for me for one summer. He was a 17-year-old kid. This is, I don't know, a decade ago now? 10 years ago?
Gosh.
Yeah, and then Rob, most recently, about 3 weeks ago, bought a some V4 or something like that, Harley Davidson cruiser bike, and it was like 16, 18 grand. And that's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's I liken it to say like being able to provide things for your kids, but it's different because they worked hard for it. Obviously, it's not just gifted to them.
Yeah.
But seeing that, like that, I don't know, that was really, the Rob motorcycle thing was cool to me.
Yeah, when Rob walked in and he's like, yeah, dude, I'm just picking this thing up, and I think he put a little down, he's financing the rest, but it's pretty cool to know, like, dude, you're paying for this out of like what we're making out of the company. I'm still profiting, we're still getting a paycheck.
Right.
Praise the Lord.
And there's like extra enough for him to like buy like a more frivolous purchase, like a motorcycle.
100%. I mean, that's pretty dope. I am Will Rice. Shout out to Will Rice. Kawasaki Brute Force 750. And more guitars than I probably need. I don't know anything about guitars, but that's awesome. And then a Kawasaki Brute Force 750. I don't even know what that is. It's probably a dirt bike, maybe a dirt bike or a four-wheeler.
A boat.
A boat?
I don't know.
No, I don't know. I don't think it's Kawasaki's in the boat business. They could be, but
they have little ski-doos. No.
Ski-doos? Well, that's not Kawasaki. That's Skidoo.
But they have those things, whatever they're called.
Snowmobiles?
No.
They make jet skis?
Jet skis, thank you. I don't know. Maybe I'll Google it.
Doesn't Jet Ski make jet ski?
I think jet ski is what they're called. A Ski-Doo is a brand.
Yeah, okay. Jordan Wenning, a camper, but most importantly, the people I have met and the different experiences I get to do.
Yeah, Kawasaki makes a jet ski.
They do? Mm-hmm. Let me see. Oh, no, shoot. That's remote controlled, you dick.
Stop.
What are you talking about?
No, they make other jet skis. That's just that one that happens.
Was I listening for $79?
Really terrible ratings too.
By the way, I mean, call my wife a dick for not good people skills, but like, it's just how we talk to each other, which is I'm not endorsing that.
Come to our marriage conference.
Come to our marriage conference, but all the time we're like,
they do have regular jet skis too.
Oh, do they? Yeah. Let me see. Fact check, true.
See, there's a person on that one.
Maybe that is what Will Rice bought. If he bought a jet ski 750 Kawasaki, whatever, then
what was it?
Shout
Kawasaki,
out.
What?
Brute Force Kawasaki 750 or whatever. That's awesome. Will, if you're buying jet skis, dude, I'm
750.
I'm about to go work for you. Yeah.
It's a 4x4 ATV.
Oh, well, heck yeah, man. That's what's up. That, and then I know some
this
people
thing looks so cool.
Some people like their CF motos. Well, I just came home from getting my four-wheeler back, and I wanted to get a Razor. It's $22,000, and you're like, we're not buying that. Now all of a sudden you're like, this is pretty cool.
I like the all black one.
Are we in a side by side? No?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
All right. Right here. Struder's Lawn Co. Being able to treat my crew well, seeing them be able to make their dreams a reality.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
That's a good.
I love seeing other people when it's, I heard Corey Ballard say, like when you see a guy buy a new truck or get a mortgage, we haven't got that far yet where somebody's bought a mortgage, got a house or a mortgage or apartment yet based on what we pay them because we've had a bunch of kids work for us. But any which way. Lawns Jobber Sure. LS Lawns Job Sure. The freedom to do what I want for who I want when I want.
Love that.
Dude, when you can say no, I think some people call it like FU money, but even then just saying no, it feels good to say no.
Well, I love the fact like we talked about this on the previous podcast. When you own your own business, you can change anything at any time about your life. Like you don't have to go to your boss, ask for a raise. You don't have to go back to school for more education. Although you do need to educate yourself for your business, obviously, but it's on your own terms.
Yeah.
And it's when you decide. And, it's such a unique way to live.
Yeah. I was just thinking about the jet ski. Because that's what you'll do. Like you and I will like argue and then we'll like find one random thing on the internet that like goes our way.
Point, yeah.
And then we're like, see?
It is. They do make actual ones. Just the one that came up happened to be remote control.
I was like, Liz, because you only showed me half the screen and then the other half was the remote.
It wasn't intentional.
It did look a little suspicious. Yeah, Alex.al underscore 26. By the way, if you guys ever want to participate in the podcast, follow along on Instagram at Brian's Law Maintenance and then give us a follow and subscribe to the YouTube channel. He said, after 10 years in business, I can afford to buy my dream car, a Porsche Macan S.
Ooh.
Macan or Macan?
I don't know.
I don't know anything about Porsches.
I'm too poor for that. I don't know. That's cool though. I know they're nice.
Cash. Yeah, I mean
in cash, that's even better.
What is that? 50, 60, 80,000, 100,000, 200,000?
I don't know.
Fact check. Let's get a price. Porsche Macan S. That is actually really dope. I always wanted to get a Porsche Cayman S, like the little Boxster guy. They're like 90 grand.
Macan S.
Macan S. Is that an SUV?
Ooh, buddy, those are like $70,000 used.
Holla at your boy. Well, we ain't getting no used one around here. Oh, look at that. Yeah. That's pretty sharp.
Those
Good for him.
Nice.
Well, maybe get $50,000 one, $60,000 one.
It's not a remote control one.
All right, let's keep going. Are you guys enjoying this? This is just fun things that people are getting out of the business. Look, we work hard. We got to play hard. I always like, I don't mind doing the work as long as I know I'm going to get the reward. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, are you like process driven or
goal-oriented kind of an individual? Well, I'll tell you what. I'm a little bit of both. I need
setting goals along the way helps.
Yeah. Let's see. Simmons Lawn Care said jet skis. A lot of people liking their jet skis. Homescape Gardening, a 20-foot camper.
Ooh.
That's a pretty decent sized camper. Good for him. How about being rewarded with being your own boss? I think just being your own boss is an incredible opportunity in America. Mike D, 2288, spending 4 weeks in the Florida Keys in summer while the slaves hold the fort. Don't call your employees slaves or the worker
4
bees.
Weeks in the Keys.
That's awesome.
That sounds nice.
That does sound pretty cool. We were going to attempt to go to Florida Keys. Don't tell them the resort. Anyway.
That's fine. We were going to go to Florida Keys and then there's no direct flights. That's our big thing with Emmy. Maybe it's easier now. I don't know. I think it's harder to fly with her now that she's more mobile. But as an infant, we weren't down with the layovers
we didn't want to do a layover because it's all day trip when you go really far, like Florida Keys or California.
From where we live in Michigan.
Yeah. So we basically figured it was a 3.5 to 4 hours we could do, which took us all the way to Utah.
Yeah.
And then you wanted to go look at all the Mormons out there.
I like learning about
the Mormons. There you go. Let's see. Joshy Hill, 2017. And I don't want to dismiss the vacation thing, but vacations are where it's at.
Yeah.
I mean, like working hard to get vacations, a couple people have put that down.
Well, who is it who schedules their life around the vacations?
Greg Woodstock. We do too. Mm-hmm. I've tried to adopt that this last probably year and a half.
Any trips on the book except for Equip?
That's also by design because we went everywhere the last 6 to 12 months.
There's a lot of traveling.
I'm like we have to go work now. Recharge the bank account. Joshy Hill, 2017 F350 Platinum at 16 years old.
Wow,
that's freaking dope.
When I was 16-year-old, I bought my Katrina flood car.
Yeah, your Escape for $6,000. How'd that go?
It's terrible. I think it ran for all 13 days before it died.
Right. Yeah, not the best. So shout out to you. Get a 350 Platinum. That's pretty dope.
That's awesome.
Nicholas Xavier 1 bought a 2-family house that I rent for extra income.
That's smart.
That's awesome.
That's great.
I always tell people, like, your lawn care business
Can be your seed money.
can be your seed money
Doesn't
to
have
start.
to be your it money.
Right, for your second money. Like, that's what we plan to do, is take this money and anything we make from our YouTube crap to go reinvest into the real estate game, which is the way to go. And then you just keep letting things compound over years. Liz, can you give me another one from you? What's another reward that you get out of our business that you like over the last decade, maybe the last 3 years, something that's came true since we kind of got the ship more rated the last 5 years?
Well, I think I kind of touched on it. Like, being able to pivot is a really big perk to me. Like, when I was laid off from my job in audiology, and we were able to make the decision and then make it right through our business. So we weren't in necessarily like a great position financially for us to do that, but we were able to that season make it work and figure it out and take on more work and, hire employees. Like, we figured it out. And you can't do that in a traditional position. You can only get so many raises. You can only switch jobs so many times in a year before, you're looked at weird when you go to the next interview. Like, why have you moved around so much? So, like, just that ability and that flex, it's breathing room. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, owning your own business is more risky. Is it really? Because, I didn't get a choice when I got laid off. It's not like my boss asked me, hey, you going to be good? He didn't care.
No, he did not. It had nothing to do with performance.
No.
He had made poor choices.
Business choices. So half of our office got laid off.
Yeah, literally. Like, and you were a good worker. And that's like, it was just uncontrollable. And people are like, oh, well, dream job is Tesla or Twitter or Google. They lay people off all the time. One of our, we know somebody that got laid off, family person, they got laid off at Rivian.
The bigger...
they were making 6 figures. Rivian stock's down like 50% in the last
And the more you
5
make with
months.
the company, the bigger the target is on your back. You're the first to go. So go ahead, argue with me. I will talk about this until I'm blue in the face, but that is one of the biggest perks to me.
They were making 6 figures.
Owning your own business is having complete control over your future.
Yeah.
Even in this economy, you guys, like, I know it's scary right now with gas prices, everything's so much more expensive. Labor is hard to come by. But still, I would 10,000 times rather be in control of my own future than leaving it up to somebody else.
Yeah. Amen. And not everybody's destined to be an employee or an entrepreneur.
And that's fine. But know what you want in a lot of life.
Yeah. Ricky's with AJ's Lawn Care. He said more family time.
Yeah.
I went to the zoo yesterday. We couldn't have done that.
We kept talking about how incredible it was, because this isn't, 5 years ago, like Brian kind of mentioned, like, we made choices 5 years ago, 3 years ago, like in that time frame to be able to do the things we are today. So when you're first getting started in business, no, you're not going to be able to go and take an afternoon off for the zoo, or you're going to have like major payback.
Yeah.
And like, to make up for that work.
You have to get the altitude.
Yeah. But now where we are in our business, it's so cool that, it's our daughter's birthday's on a Tuesday and you're able to take the whole afternoon off and just enjoy time. Like, we kept saying while we're at the zoo, like, isn't it so cool we're here right now? Mm-hmm. It's a Tuesday. Nobody's at the zoo on Tuesday. Like, there's no lines.
There was nobody there.
Yeah, like, we can get right up next to, to see what we want to see.
Yep.
It was so cool.
Another one, Will Knapp. This one's actually kind of relatable to what you just said. My reward is definitely being able to do more things without stressing the cost as much. Mm-hmm. That's huge. I can totally relate with that. Like, dude, going to Cedar Point and you buy the ticket for $60, and then the fast pass is $75. And we were the broke family that was like, dude, we can't afford the fast pass. We could barely afford the regular pass. Mm-hmm. You know what? When you can, like, finally get the fast pass, when you can go to dinner and actually get an appetizer or actually get dessert, or here's the thing, get both. I mean, that's like ridiculous. It's almost that just getting dessert almost sounds pretentious as hell.
Or getting yesterday, Brian, the souvenir. We spent so much money on pop at the zoo.
We did.
But it wasn't like we didn't freak out about it.
No, we got the souvenir cup and it was cute and it was fun. And I said, just get it. It's like a little memento. It's a stupid little thing, but it was like $2 more.
So it was like $10.
Dude, don't even get me going.
Soda.
We bought hot dogs, French fries, pop, and a water. Okay, what would you guys think? Think out loud in your mind. I know you guys can't hear us or we can't hear you because it's a one-way street. But if you were to think, how much would that meal, 2 hot dogs, a French fry, 2 sodas, and a canned water, which was really weird. I've never seen canned water. How much do you think that would be? I asked Rob today, by the way, in the truck.
Yeah. What did he say?
He goes, the answer I want to give is $20. He goes, the answer I know, he goes, probably 80. I go, $38.
Yeah. And
he goes, $38?
You could go to Home Depot used to pre-COVID and get basically all
Well, Rob
of that
goes, well, how
for,
big was the hot dog?
40, 50.
He's like, was it one of those like 16-inch like
No.
Schlegel, whatever, or Kogels or
like
Kegel, whatever?
Just an 8-inch, whatever. Dearborn sausage.
8-inch Dearborn sausage. But, that's something that I've really indulged on the last 3 years. It's like, dude, get a dessert.
To not stress about it.
Well, I saw an Instagram meme. It was like you were either a water only family or a Coke and an appetizer family. And forever, we were water only family.
Now I'm water only just because I'm trying not to gain weight eating out with you.
But you know what? Like, okay, you get the extra pass, or you're booking a helicopter tour, or just booking a helicopter tour, and they're like, hey, for an extra $20 or $50, you can do this extra thing. Or, maybe you go to, maybe your family, you go to, I don't know, Great Wolf Lodge. I'm sure we'll cross that path as we go. And the regular room is $199 a night for your family with 2 queen beds. And for $269 a night, it's a, 2 queen room with a jacuzzi hot tub, or like a little water slide or something that goes to like a different part. I don't know, something cool or fun, right? Mm-hmm. And all these different rooms, like on a cruise, there's like the little suites,
like
the Minion suites, or like the Nickelodeon suite, or whatever the different suites are,
Just being able to live a little bit at the next level.
Just being able to like do a little bit cooler stuff. Like, I don't apologize for any of that. I'm pulling weeds. It's 90 effing degrees out. I'm mowing grass. I'm doing aerations. I'm flipping off a damn lawnmower. I almost got killed. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm all about saving money and investing money, but I'm also like, you know what? What if I died and I never got to have like...
Well, it's like one of the saddest stories that we heard was this couple had saved forever to go and do... I forget what it is.
They were gonna travel the world. They were living way below their means, investing. And at 55, they were going to, live the dream and travel the world and do all that stuff. They had saved their money, lived below their means like paupers for 30 years, and retire at 55. And they were going to start living the dream together. Retire,
finally start living the life.
Living the life. And he died at 54. And she was like, I have money, but I have no memories with my husband, and now I can't go make any memories with my husband. And that hit me, dude. I was like, I'm not saying like YOLO.
Go out and spend. Yeah, but it's
I'm not saying don't save money, don't go invest money. But at the same point, I told Liz, like, dude, like I work so hard for it. You guys work so hard for it. And then to be like, hey, can I get a sirloin for $16 or a fillet for $26? And I'm like, get the freaking filet. And people are like, oh, dude, it tastes the same. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I get so frustrated when people don't want to spend $5 or $10. And it's like, you deserve it. You work so freaking hard. It's okay. Get your money right. Get your business right. I give 1,000 examples of stuff like that. It just, spend a few bucks on yourself, for crying out loud. Go to the spa. You know what I mean? You went to the spa, what, on Monday?
Monday.
Yeah, you were stressed out. You've had a rough couple of weeks. Emmy's been taking you through the ringer.
Well, poor Emmy's teething, so...
You've been up all day, all night. Mm-hmm. And I said spa day. All right, let's keep going. Somebody said, Smith, a couple more and we'll end this up. But hopefully you guys are doing this. I don't know, something fun, something different. The ability to invest money into other assets. I think we kind of covered that one a little bit, but that was a pretty fun one, don't you think?
Yeah.
All right. Somebody said flexibility / time freedom. We kind of covered that one a little bit. This is different. Cameron Hawk, he said, paying cash for college.
Very cool.
If you're going to go to college and you can pay cash for that thing and not have 60, 80 grand.
College and pay cash, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's for everybody.
Well, not pay cash, but you know what I mean.
But pay cash for college, that's not a bad one. Somebody said having a sweet mower.
Yeah.
I like that.
If you are going to, that's why you got a lot of flack for getting the truck you got, but like you use it every day. Mm-hmm. You're on it every single day. If you're riding around on some like piece of crap that's falling apart, you're causing yourself so much stress, so much anxiety.
Just getting the nicer equipment.
Yeah.
It is worth it. It does make a difference. The nicer debris loader, the nicer truck, the nicer mower. And I know you can get by with a 5-year-old disc with $1,500.
That's where you start. And there's nothing wrong with that. And it's a balance again, but being able to make investments back into your business that makes your day-to-day life easier Yeah, heck yeah.
Somebody just said the exact same thing. Zumstein Landscaping. You get to buy or rent the equipment you always wanted to run.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a cool thing about being in business for yourself. You can just go rent a Bobcat skid steer, take it on a friend's property and go mow down some trees or dig some holes and then take it back for, $250 and just experience it. Just have fun with it. Like, just try something. Go rent something for once and just see if you like it. Somebody else wrote ZD, Iron Red Lines, financial freedom. It's that's kind of a probably an all-encompassing one here, but financial freedom that can be having a successful business where it's paying you and taking care of you and you're not stressing out about day-to-day stuff.
I think that's one of the only ways that we were able to become financially free. I don't think we would have become like debt-free from bad debt unless we had the business, because we out-earned the problem. We
got to still go up in that episode.
So many people try and save themselves wealthy, but
we need to do that episode still, talking about good debt, bad debt, and how we actually got out of debt in a very short amount of time. Ease Loyalty Lawn Care. Shout out to Ethan. He said new friends.
Yeah, that's I didn't even think about that. The networking and like, look at Bedell. He's like a lifelong friend of yours now.
100%.
Never would have met him unless he had been networking at Weingart's.
1,000%. And I was just talking to him the other day. He's doing good. Life is good. I'm so grateful and thankful for somebody like him who's changed the trajectory of our life significantly. Mm-hmm. I mean, Troy Clogg. I got a 3-hour breakfast with Troy Clogg, and I'm like, I get home and you're like, what did you talk about? I'm like, everything. He's so smart and rich. He's wealthy. He's wealthy in 100 different ways. He's just an incredible dude. Austin Douglas, right? Ditch the Itch.
Yeah.
He said 6 months off, time in Mexico during the winter with time and family.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah. He's got like the Mexico hookup. Like, we need to get down to like their...
I've never been... we went to Cozumel on a cruise once, but I've never been to Mexico.
Yeah, I think
like
they have
Mexico.
a condo where they rent a home, or they have a home with her family down where his wife is from.
That's cool.
And it looks absolutely beautiful. It looks like something out of like a magazine down there. Like,
jealous for sure.
Yeah, and him not plowing snow. Austin's living the dream. Stephen Monroe, he said RC cars and some financial freedom.
Hey, RC cars. You just got an RC car.
That's probably why somebody put that there.
Really?
But, I don't know, but I bought that RC car, the Traxxas thing.
That thing goes so fast.
What we're using in the Commons, it's not big enough space for us. It goes 65 miles an hour.
Emmy really likes watching it.
She loves it.
Teddy not so much.
Teddy went ballistic.
Teddy broke off his leash chasing after it.
Popped his leash off. I bought this $1,100 RC car.
Cujo over here.
What?
Cujo. He turns into like crazy dog.
Oh, Teddy? Yeah. I thought you meant Cujo Yardware.
I know.
Being able to let my wife stay at home and homeschool our 2 girls from Followell Lawn Care.
I love that.
That's probably like the biggest win ever, is taking care of your family and your kids.
Yeah, and being in charge of your kids' education is so cool. Like, even if you choose private school, or the ability to move somewhere where the public schools are about, like just having that control over it.
What did you just say?
My brain went blank.
I'm sorry. I was watching, and then somebody, I hit something on Instagram, and it went to comments. We're professional podcasters here. Whatever you were saying, I'm sure was super good.
It's about homeschool. And how cool. Even if you don't choose homeschool, maybe your business gives you the flexibility to choose a private school if you're in an area where the public school isn't great, or the opportunity to move somewhere where the public school is better.
Or like, if you have your kids in public school, you can chaperone and volunteer and be on the PTA or whatever all that stuff is. Yeah. Dude, you can our whole perspective changed when we had Emmy about kids. I
feel like I'm totally that annoying person that's like, oh, kids this, kids that.
Well, we're not very vocal about like pushing our beliefs on other people. Like, we're very cemented in what we believe lately, because we've been really trying to educate ourselves on being parents and being good parents and children in the school systems. And dude, like, it's funny. Like, thank God we read all the business stuff first, because I couldn't imagine trying to run a better business while trying to run a better family life. You can only do so much. And so I'm grateful that I consumed everything for a decade on business. And now we're like, probably for the next decade,
it's
parenting and just raising great children. And I'm telling you what, man, like, if you're 18, 19, you're single, you're like, dude, I just want to buy a cool truck. I always say that. I get it. But like, so for all of you guys that are 28, 30, 35, you're having your first, second, and third kid, I cannot imagine what the heck is going on with the schools. Like, we're hearing it, we're seeing it, and then we're in Facebook groups of local schools here, and it's all that stuff is happening here too. And it would be the last place you would expect it, and it's bizarre.
But that's why it's happening.
I know. And then we're like, dude, it's just like, oh my God,
that's a whole other topic.
I cannot even believe it, and I'm not going to be naive or ignorant to the fact. I'm like, dude, like you got to take care of your family. Like I will work 100 hours a week if I have to like not send my kids personally to public. And it's just, or even some private schools nowadays. It's just ridiculous. And rent. Archibald Landscaping, he said, my rewards are getting to be able to make people happy with the work I do for them. That's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. That's a satisfying thing to do. Mm-hmm. And frankly, that's something that is always fun. Every time we mow lawns or do a landscape job, there's a satisfaction. We always say satisfaction guarantee on all of our postcards, right? Mm-hmm. Seeing the lawn done, that customer comes home after their long day of BS, work and life and family and kids or whatever, and they roll up in their driveway and they see whether it's a 4,000 square foot subdivision lawn or this 10-acre estate property. And they roll up the driveway and they see this beautiful mowed lawn that's manicured and the lawns look nice. The stripes are there and everything's edged and trimmed and blown nice. Nice and tidy.
And then you're giving them time back with their families too.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I love that. A job well done. I still take pride in our work. I take pride in other people's work. Where we live, they just redid the whole front entrance.
Oh my God.
What?
You and this front entrance.
What?
I've heard more about this front entrance, redo, overhaul than I have anything. We live on, I'm not going to say a mile road. Okay, our roads are
already
miles.
too much. But go ahead.
Anyways, we get down to the other mile roads. We've gone a mile because they're numbered by miles, 1, 2, 3, whatever. You're going a mile each time. We get to the next mile road. He's still talking about the next mile road. He's 3 miles. This man is still talking about.
Oh, when I was mad?
Yeah, kind of. You're just talking. Oh my God, we're going to get sushi. I just don't care. I don't care. It's not our landscaping. We don't pay for it. It's not ours. His whole thing is he hates landscaping that's put in that looks nice when it's originally put in, but then it grows and he's like, oh, those trees are going to be so close together and it's going to be so hard you're going to have to trim around this for 6 years and this and that. I'm like, Brian, you're not the one maintaining it. You're not the one maintaining it. Who cares? Who cares? Just let go.
But
let it go.
Look, I don't do any landscaping, other than mulch and a little bit of planting, little stuff.
I'm like, the pine trees.
They gutted the front entrance here.
The grasses.
Dude, everybody listening in is going to be on my side.
Somebody's going to have to trim around that. Don't ever think about that. Oh my gosh, can you believe? And then he starts talking about other things, like in the median. I don't know, the city of Novi. I have no idea what they've done. They just, instead of, in the median,
they literally quit.
They have grass or gravel. It's one or the other. They put
listen, time out, Liz. Yes. It's a cemented road, yes. Right? It's a double lane road.
Well, I think it's blacktop, but
yeah, the asphalt or blacktop. But in the middle, there's a 5-foot trench.
Yeah,
it's like this swoop. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's on Novi Road, just north of 12 Mile. It's this trench. It's just like this 5-foot wide mulch bed that goes down for 300 feet, 1,000 feet really. And it's just shrub, it's just some ground ivy cover crap. And the mulch gets covered in weeds. And every month the workers are out there pulling the weeds. It's why don't you just finish the asphalt and the cemented road all the way across?
Ask me how many times I've heard about this, people. I'm blinking.
I hate you right
Please
now.
help. Send help.
It doesn't make any sense from a labor standpoint, from an aesthetic standpoint. It doesn't make any sense. And then
it's not that I disagree with you.
They just gutted this whole entrance of where we live, and it looks amazing right now. And it's going to turn into the damn Amazon jungle in 18 months. And I'm just saying, nobody cares about the mow guy. How are you getting a mower in there? The irrigation is going to be ridiculous.
They haven't been the smartest year for, to give you a little credit. They sodded in between all of the 4
air
conditioning units. And
I put that on Instagram stories. Look, and the company that did it, it's a banger job out there. It looks really nice.
It looks so nice.
But it's going to be a jungle in 5 years. And then, that's the scheme. Maybe they're going to rip it all out and redo it. Almond Brittany. Well, I guess her name is Brittany Almond. Time with the kids whenever I want.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
We get to hear firsthand about the stuff. They both take their kids to the first day of school together. Mm-hmm. They do a lot of. They
let their employees do that too. It's important to them.
That's really cool.
Yeah, they give those guys a late morning and stuff. But yeah, 100%. I got to give a shout out to the Almonds too because they're
great employers. Do you know all the stuff they do for?
We might
employees?
go work for them actually. Hey, you guys need some help expanding? We'll be in charge of their pool division.
Oh, okay.
Hey, install the first
swimming in them because I don't know anything about putting them in.
Well, they can install the first pool at our house. You know what I'm saying? Actually, it's not a bad thought. You know what I'm saying?
You'd be a good salesman.
Me?
Yeah,
I would sell the snot out of pools. I love pools. Sell the snot out of pools.
Sell the snot out of pools.
What else would you say there? Go ahead. You're making fun of me. Sell the pants off of that pool.
What?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. What else would you say? Why are you making fun of me?
I don't know.
All right. Let's keep going. A couple more and we'll button this thing up. Shane Potter 90. Freedom and more time with the family.
Very common theme.
Yep.
For a reason.
Somebody put this. I don't know. Do you know what this means? Don't read this out loud. But what does that mean? Is that like a...
I have no idea.
I don't even know what that means. Is that like a...
Is that Natalie Albertson?
No, I'm not reading the person's name, but I don't know what that means because it could be an innuendo because I'm not young or hip. I'm like, I don't know.
Google it?
No. Because then you go down your stupid RC, Kawasaki rabbit hole and then you don't pay attention on the podcast. Fishing stuff. Somebody bought a lot of fishing stuff. We're not fishing people.
You know who is though?
Who?
Brittany Almond.
She likes fishing?
Yeah, she beat the crap out of the guys when they went
like
hype house fishing. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's true.
She caught more fish than
well, I don't know. Beat
Jason
the crap
Creel.
out is like the right way to say it. She caught
won.
more fish. You can't say beat the crap out of somebody.
Well, yeah, because she caught more than Jason Creel and
humiliated. Beat the crap sounds like violence.
Jameson,
like
Paul
she's
Jameson.
like she beat Paul
Together.
Jameson.
She did. She beat down with a fish. You should have seen it.
She humiliated them.
She did.
She caught like 9 fish, and everybody else caught like none.
2
or 2
together.
And then one was like this gangly catfish with like 3 eyes. That's fair. That's fair. I'm not a big fisher person, but I know a lot of people listen to the podcast.
I like to go fishing because I like to be on boats, but I don't like to actually fish.
So it'd just be called boating.
I'll put your bait together.
You're gonna touch a worm?
Yeah.
What?
Sure.
That's like the reveal of a podcast of a lifetime. You're
to
gonna
go hang out on a boat. Yeah. I
to hang that's your admission?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll go line a worm up. Yeah, I'll bait a hook for a worm to ride on a boat. I'll bait your hook. We need to get out of this podcast and make baby number 2. I'll bait your hook.
I'll bait your hook.
That's the title of the podcast. Sutton Outdoors, Josh Sutton. I'm taking my... Oh, actually, they're doing this real time.
Yeah.
Because these were all screenshotted a couple of weeks ago.
I saw him shirtless somewhere in his stories, I think. Are they on vacation?
Josh Sutton, save some for the rest of us. My wife can't be watching that. I'm taking my wife to Cancun to celebrate our 15th anniversary, paid for with business profits.
Love that.
Is that cool or what?
Yeah, that's
they're
cool.
literally there right now.
I'm pretty sure that's why.
I just messaged them like, where are you? Because that looks incredible. And we got our 10-year coming up.
I'm jealous. Oh, our 10-year is coming up.
In 2 years.
Year.
No, 2 years.
2 years?
This is 8 years. So that's what I'm saying. I got to start saving
We'll
now.
be together for 10 years this October, though.
But I got to go where Josh is going. I got to save my money for 2 years. He's rich. He's a hardscaper. He's got SK 1550 from
Like good old
Ditch Witch.
1550.
Yeah, man, the old big time 1550s. Okay, 1 or 2 more. Riley's Landscape. Just bought an 18-foot trailer and about to buy a Vertex. So reinvesting in the nicer equipment.
That's awesome.
Can't beat that.
Nope.
By the way, a shout out also to the Almonds because they gave us a shout out for Cycle CPA the other day.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah, they
started using Cycle, right?
Yeah, I know a lot of people promote a lot of different things. You guys know that I promote a lot of different things, but there's 25 or 26 of you guys that in the last 3 months have signed up with Cycle. I'm telling you what, they are worth their weight in gold. They're
talking about getting time back with your family and stuff like that. As we're talking about rewards of the business. Hiring people out does that for you too. And that could be a reward of the business is being able to hire a team of people to make your life easier, like a CPA, like a bookkeeper, like a payroll company.
Hire out the stuff you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Or you don't like to do.
You get that option. You're in charge of your business. You do what you want to do.
That's right. If you guys want to sign up with Cycle, we did a whole podcast talking about bookkeepers too, 2 weeks ago. That was a good podcast. I think if you use code Brian, you can save $200 towards their on-ramp or to your first month service. But a lot of great feedback coming from people that have been signing up with Cycle the last couple months. Last 6 months we've been partnered up with them. And then they're coming to LAL.
Yeah, they're a gem. I can't wait to meet them in person.
I did a webinar with them last week, Thursday, remember? That was such a good webinar. For real. Shut up, dude. Why did you make that face? It was a good... I had a really good time. We started getting into the thick of it with some number stuff. And I think we're going to do I don't know if I told you this, but we're going to do... I pitched this idea to Carla. I said, can you do a 30-minute training give everybody a handout, and it's going to be a P&L, it's going to be a balance sheet, an income statement, and a cash flow statement. And we're going to go through...
So they can actually be educated.
So we can actually look at real P&Ls, a real income statement, a real balance sheet, and a cash flow.
That's a great idea, Brian.
And for 30 minutes, I want to have her teach us how to interpret these documents. How cool would that be?
That would be amazing. I would sit in on that class.
Carla and Joe are super excited about that. I said, just keep it super simple. Yep. We don't have to go in the weeds, but what do these reports actually mean? And so we're going to compare some companies, I think, year over year. So we're going to talk about numbers and profits and percentages and dollars.
Is that going to be in their Facebook group or?
This is at LEL. That's going to be their talk. That's going to be their talk for a half hour.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'll be there.
You're ridiculous.
You're talking about doing another webinar. I'm sorry.
Well, so that was the idea that was some of the stuff we talked about on the webinar.
Got it. Okay.
And I told Carla, I'm like, can we talk about this at our event for a half hour?
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really excited now.
Yeah. Cause they were like, what do you want us to talk about? I'm like, anything you talk and we're learning. One of those deals.
Yeah.
They're smart people. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Kyle Parks, he said giving back.
Which he did. They're giving the scholarship for.
They gave a couple tickets away for their LAL. We have 2 other people that want to give tickets away. I still got to catch up with them on the podcast. People are buying tickets for our event to give it away. That's how much people are believing in this thing. It's so cool.
And Kyle and Chloe especially, they seem to have a really giving heart.
Yeah, very generous people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Aaron as well. That's part of that.
Yep.
Dirt bikes, freedom. Bethany Manning said freedom. Right here as well with Logan. He said his wife. He said or husband said wifey's Acura MDX. Some nice watches, cool lawn toys and machines. I like that. Watches. Do you like watches? Has it become an acquired taste for you?
I can appreciate them.
Yeah, you only have one. You don't really care. I mean, you're like, yeah. What's a nice one that people would know? I'm like, this one. You're like, I want that one. But you like it. Are you rolling your eyes now? Mm-hmm. Why? Do you want more?
No.
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 Well, you did say I want a white one for summertime.
I like my watch. It's good all the time.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like watches. I like watches. All right, and then Acura MDX. That's a nice car.
We looked at those.
Yeah, we did.
Years ago.
Yep. Well, then they wanted they changed it to the TLX, which they merged 2 product lines and merged it into one car, and I was like, that looks horrible. So I didn't like. That's a TLX. Any which way, but the Acuras are really nice. I wanted a TL S type. I think it was back in the day.
Why can't we call cars names that I can remember? That's one thing I've always appreciated about Ford is it's the Taurus or the Escape. I know what that is. A G37X. I don't know what that is.
We had one.
I mean, I know, but that's why if I don't know, for some reason it's harder to mentally remember just some random, letter with a couple numbers versus an Escape, I know what it is.
Do you know what an H1 is?
It's a Hummer.
Well, there you go. It's working. So you just don't care about other vehicles.
Okay. The G37X makes no sense because it's Infinity. Where's the G come from?
It is their G was the class. So G is their sedan class. What they called it. And then the 37, the 37 was 3.7 liter V6.
Just call it a sedan.
And the X was the all-wheel drive system, like a BMW 335.
Sedan X 3.2 or whatever you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
like a.
It's so much cooler if you call it a.
Well, domestics call it by name, and Italian, European, German, all those guys, they do designations with numbers.
Everything else we do in America with our, metric versus whatever.
Standard.
This is one thing that I think makes more sense.
Okay, well, have fun with your big Bronco V8 sipping gas at the gas station with your $5.99 a gallon.
You know what? I will.
Okay.
I will. Thank you.
Okay, American exceptionalism over here.
Careful. Somebody's going to call me a nationalist.
I don't know what that means. Okay. All right. That's what I got for everybody that is kind of give some suggestions.
What are some of yours? I've told you mine. People have said yours. What are yours?
My rewards for the business or from having a company of my own? I would say it'd probably be some of the ones that everybody else would agree with is controlling your own income, having a little bit more time flexibility.
I have a good one.
Go ahead. What's up? Smack me again. Why do you keep smacking me? Every time you have a thought, I got excited. You smack me.
I thought of one. I
can't feel my left arm.
There's a few patients that had I owned my own business, I would have told just to get the heck out of the office. And you can't do that when you're an employee. You can't tell somebody to F off when you're an employee.
Well, I mean, you can. It's not good business.
But as a business owner, you don't have to take on those clients. Or you can take them on and tell them, you know what? Screw you. I don't like you anymore. Bye.
Or raise your price 30-50%.
And make it worth it, yeah.
And make it worth it.
Yeah.
You know what? You pay 50% premium, I can get over the best Karen. we do that. You guys do that. We all do that. One guy is like, hey, I need all this work done by Sunday. I'm like, no problem, man. How deep's your pocketbook? He's like, blank check. I'm like, I will be there on Sunday. And I was there Sunday at 7:30. I was like, hello. Hello. And then I told my buddy. And that was just a job this last weekend. And I told my buddy Chaz, he's like, dude, I already got a job booked Sunday. I go, you need to move it. It's a blank check. The guy, whatever it is. We didn't rob the bank, but he's like, blank check? I go, yeah. He goes, this is what I'm thinking. I go, send it. Let's go. And he's like, I'm there. So you can tell people no, or you can tell people, what's your budget, and make that work. I would say, I don't know. I have to think, I guess, a little bit more time out loud, like what's some of the rewards of the business? I think, probably some selfish stuff, like being able to keep you home, be a stay-at-home wife, be a stay-at-home mom, I think being able to take care of a lot of people, that we've been able to give to, I guess, over the years, like both grandparents are on payroll. They help us with the companies. We've given a lot of money away, more than we'll ever talk about, more than anybody will know. So do a lot of you guys. Like we give away a ridiculous amount of money for everything that you see on YouTube or on Instagram or what, the highlight reel or their stories. There's tens and tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars otherwise that is given away. Like we buy stuff after we've tithed, after we've given. You know what I mean? Like that's always like a personal. I heard somebody say like one definition of a millionaire, somebody's like $1 million. Another person definition is a person who wins 1 million souls to Jesus. And then somebody else definition of a millionaire is somebody who gives away $1 million a year. So like you're like, I want to be a millionaire. I'm like, yeah, me too. But it's like,
what does that mean to you?
But what does that mean to you? And so that's like playing at a higher level. That's like big boy conversation.
Taking it deep.
Well, I mean, that's still like, living on 10% of your income and giving away 90% of it. That's an awesome thing to do. You can't do that on $40,000 a year. Right. Not in America. You're going to live.
I mean, you could. It just wouldn't be very
It's just
pleasant.
not feasible. But if you make $900,000 a year, you could live on 90 grand. And give away $810,000 a year. Or if you make $9 million a year and you're still living on $1 million, you give away $8 million, whatever. Those are like where I want to get to one day. But right now I'm still in the accumulation of wealth and income phase of my life. But, by the time I'm 55, 65, 75, of course, I'd hope to be able to be in a position where I'm just living on interest and I can still give tons and tons of money away. Yeah. We bought a couple things over the years. I bought the 4-wheeler. I think the 4-wheeler was really cool. That was the first like toy. You know what I mean? Like the first like kind of a materialistic toy thing that I bought. The Tesla was a huge dream. It was such a out there goal 6 years ago.
It seemed like
I want to make all this money with YouTube
so
and
silly
then buy
to
a
put
car.
it up on the dream board. I remember thinking like, we're never going to get like it's just so.
It really was like a kind of thing. And then when we finally were able to accumulate enough money to buy it, I ended up just financing it because we got an incredible rate, and then we paid it off 6 months later. But buying the Tesla was pretty cool. I think getting our red truck Thunder, the F-250.
That was one of the coolest. Like
that's.
That video is still up on YouTube if you guys want to go and check it out. Like we were so emotional over buying this truck.
That was probably the most emotional purchase and thing I've ever got. Way more than the Tesla.
So hard for it, and it was so long in the making, and it was just such a like that was the first really big reward. I remember.
Yeah, 100%. And we put it to work. I mean, we immediately jumped into snow with it.
Oh yeah.
And grew $35,000 our first year doing snow, which was incredible for a business that was doing 90,000. We pulled off the side of the road. We were headed down to a Quip, down the GIE, and I pulled off the side of the road. I lost it. I was just sobbing like a baby at the gas station, I remember like it was yesterday. And I'm like, and called the banker back. Yeah, well, those seem like agreeable terms, and I'm like playing it cool hand Luke. But
it was so cool.
Yeah, that was. We got the new truck, and it's just I'm so grateful for it. It's an incredible truck.
It wasn't the same.
It's not the same.
I was the same feeling.
It was at the dealer for a week. The guy's like, "You coming to get it tonight on Monday?" I'm like,
he's like, "I've had a couple of people ask if you can buy it. It's just sitting here."
I'm like, "Sell it to him, $95,000." Way less cool. So it's I'm always looking for those like one and done kind of experiences. Like I want to go. Like I'll tell you one that was really cool. We've had so many cool experiences happen to us and for us. I could probably do a whole podcast with 100 different things if I really thought about like the whole social media aspect that opened up to it, like from the hype house to being invited to companies to this or to that, all cool stuff. But frankly, I just like I run my lawn care business. I love my lawn care business. I do some social media stuff for sure. But we're still in the thick of it every single day. Like I'm growing my lawn care business, my landscaping, my snow removal.
Yeah, we have some really big goals.
Yeah, like I'm not like just this like lawn care groupie on social media where I'm like, hey man, let's all go to a meetup, and that's fun, it's cool, and it's fine. But like we're growing real businesses here. Like we're still putting in a crap ton of work. I will tell you something that was really cool. Brian's Lawn Maintenance, my actual lawn care landscaping company, besides giving Rob a $1,500 profit sharing check last year, which some people that's like pennies, other people that's millions, but we gave Rob a profit share check and a bonus. We able to go to Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I rented out that whole suite for all my subcontractors. And I brought a couple employees and a couple subcontractors in. My family rented the suite. I bought half of the tickets. I paid for the whole damn thing actually, but they I think like 1 or 2 people reimbursed me, like my mom, but I was like whatever. But we bought the suite. I gave half to my family, and then all my aunts and uncles, and then I paid for the suite for my subcontractors and my employees and 1 or 2 other buddies. I think I brought Jake Meisner and his girlfriend.
Fiance, now wife?
Samantha.
Wife?
Yeah, wife now.
Yeah.
We brought Bedell, Rob, 1 or 2 other guys. I think Brett's Property Services and his girl. And that was really cool because that was not cheap. That was like $5,000 between the food and the rental for, I don't know if you guys have ever seen TSO. Like that's a super fun experience. But that was like really, really cool. I'm like, we spent the $5,000. We still had plenty of money left in the bank, plenty to make payroll, just to pay for winter. I was like, that was a huge win. So I was really grateful for that.
Cool.
What else you got?
I think just being able to like I said, putting that Tesla on the dream board felt so crazy. Like we're still able to dream big dreams through our business.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we have the goal of doing the Great Loop as a family. That's the very big goal. It's going to take us
dream.
like 10 years to accomplish.
A lot of money, a lot of time and money needed for that.
But through our business, like it is attainable.
Yeah.
As an employee, that's not attainable to take off with your family and go on a boat for months at a time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll say coming up here next 18 months, pole barn. That's for the Brian's Lawn Maintenance Company. That's a big
reward of the business, or reward for the business. You know.
Yep. We're going to be building a house here in later this fall. That'll be a combination of income from YouTube and then the lawn care company, at least for the down payment. But we always operate on if we only had one income. So the house will be paid for or be able to be paid for just from the lawn care income. We never bank on anything from the social. But the Brian's Lawn Maintenance Company, or actually lawn and landscape company, will be building a pole barn here 18 months from now. As soon as the house is done, we have the ability to actually like live in the house and we're moved in. Then we're going to be building a pole barn, and that'll be 100% paid for from the lawn care company.
It'll be such a victory because you've never had like your own place to keep things.
I will cry when I get a shop.
Yeah.
I've wrenched on.
I can't wait to put like Emmy's handprints and like the concrete.
I'm telling you what, man, like the storage locker thing is getting really old, and I'm grateful for it. It's been old, but I'm telling you, like I've wrenched on everything in driveways and parking lots and sides of roads and at customers' houses. Change blades, change bolts, change pulleys, change oils, change this. I've worked on equipment under canopies of Home Depot all the freaking time.
In the winter.
Never heated, never warm. And I hate the cold. Like I love 100-degree weather, actually. You hate it.
I don't like it.
I could live in Florida year round, but like one day when we have a pole barn, I'll be emotionally attached to that thing for sure. I'm like, oh my God, we did it. That'll be a whole nother story, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'd say I'll button it up with one last thing here. I'd say my biggest reward, and this is probably somebody will say, well, that's probably what you should say at this time of the podcast, and it sounds kind of cheesy, but I would say probably the biggest reward from the social media stuff is getting to meet everybody, getting to meet all of you.
Honestly, yeah.
Because I mean, like the income, cool.
Like just the almonds alone, we would never have known. Which blows my mind because they are some of our closest friends that we appreciate so much.
To an Alan Hain, a Jason Creel, everybody that you guys know, all the names.
Even just like the listeners, like.
But the listeners too, like Vince and Mike and
Ezra. Ezra gifted us books for Emmy.
Yeah.
One of them, which is our favorite book. We've read it every day almost for an entire year now since last LAL.
Scott Held. Dude, everybody who's been on the show. You know, all the young guys to the older gentlemen to the company people. Like, dude, we probably know 5,000, 10,000 people. Like, literally. Like, there's probably not a single place I can go where I'm like, hey, we're doing a meetup in Bunkaport, Maine.
Yeah.
And then 12 or 15 people would show up. And then if I'm in Georgia.
We went to the zoo yesterday and we ran into people.
We ran into people that saw us at the zoo.
So
I was going to bring that up, but yeah.
I mean.
Guy's like, hey, dude, what's up, man? I'm like, Carlos, what's up, bro? He's like, I follow you on the podcast, man, and YouTube.
Yeah, he's been to LAL.
Yeah.
You know, being self-employed can be so isolating. And being able to put it on social media and create like a network of people, and just it feels like a big world has been made into like a small.
And I'm really grateful for that. Yeah, and it's not just like something I've like wrote down. I'm like, hey, that's what we should say at the end of the podcast. But I'm thinking like, okay, money aside, or like company stuff aside, or some free equipment once in a while.
Like Scott,
yeah, down in Nashville,
Tennessee.
Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, I don't know if he's in Nashville. He's somewhere in Tennessee. Yeah. But
young guy started watching. I mean,
he's
years
13
ago at this point.
10, 12, 13 years old.
Now he's like getting ready, I think, to graduate high school this year.
Is he really? Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow. Isn't that crazy? But all the different people we've gotten to meet.
Yeah.
Every interaction, every conversation, every handshake, every from Aaron Strunk, over in Nashville, we're talking with him down in the lobby. I mean, like, that's the craziest part, is all these different people that we've been able to meet. Mm-hmm. My life has been enriched for sure.
It makes us want to be better.
Dude, 100%. Because I'm like, people like looking to us, and we're in a leadership position. It doesn't mean we're a leader, but we're in a leadership position because we're just have numbers, so it doesn't mean like we're the most qualified. I never try to portray like we're better than we are or this. I'm like, dude, here's where we're at. I'll tell you what we make. I'll tell you what we don't make. I'll tell you what my business looks like. I mean, you can figure out what we make. Like, it's not hard. Mm-hmm. Do some simple math and work backwards. But I'm like, it doesn't mean we have it all figured out. So when I get around somebody, I'm not like, hey, dude, you serve me and you need to listen to me. It's like, no, dude. I'm like, hey, Aaron, how's it going? My name's Brian. And he goes, I know who you are, Brian. I'm at your event. Oh, well, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. But I don't have an ego where I'm like
assuming.
I don't assume anything like that. I'm like so grateful to be in the room or with somebody or invited to something, or somebody even wants to come meet me. I'm like, dude, I want to come meet you.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm so excited about like the ladies' breakfast. Is just getting to fellowship and be together.
It is really, really cool. I that's where I'm going to probably put it, because the 4-wheel is cool. Don't get me wrong. The Tesla's fun. Mm-hmm. You guys come to LAL, go take the Tesla out. Keep it under 100. I don't care. Getting to meet Dylan Stevenson. And it's just so many, Mitchell Gordy, all these different people, all the people and thousands of people you don't know. The hundreds of people that we've been able to do coaching calls with and literally directly change their life and pour into them. That's huge. We've done like 6 or 7 coaching calls in the last week. I love doing them. They're a lot. It's very mentally draining, because I'm just not an extrovert. But you know what? When you can help people like that, and then I get a 4-month later update, and they're like, "Hey, dude, I got this, and this, and things are rocking and rolling." There's a kid I was talking to in Georgia, who's 17, bought 2 mowers. I just got an update from him, I did a coaching call with him in January. 4 months later, he's got like 2 rights. He grew like another 40 accounts. He's killing it. That's the kind of stuff that, like, to me makes the biggest impact, is seeing the result, I guess, maybe from everything that we have put out there. People growing, people changing. So, all right, that's what I got. A little bit lengthier podcast than I thought. I didn't know this would go.
What are we at?
Hour and 15.
Jeez.
I know, right? If you guys got some great things that you're thankful for, shoot me some DMs. Maybe tag me on Instagram.
That sounds like a Thanksgiving-esque episode.
Yeah, my heart's full. We've been working so hard. We're getting so close to building the home. That's like our huge goal that we've been setting out for 3 years now. It seems so far out there, but it's coming together right now behind the scenes. Like, that's going to be a whole nother story. By the way, little teaser out there. If you didn't get your Equip ticket, the code Brian saves you 50%. Don't forget to get your LAL ticket if you guys can. And then very shortly here, we're going to be revitalizing Building It Together, our second YouTube channel.
Formerly FPO2. It feels so weird to not call it FPO2.
I know, right? But we wanted to, there's a whole story there, but we're going to be pumping some videos on FPO2, more behind the scenes, short life, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We've just, having a baby will humble you. I was like, I can't do all of it, but so something had to give.
It's hard because we don't want,
No, she's not going to be in the vlogs.
Out there.
Yeah, she's not going to be in the vlogs. It's a whole other story on privacy, but all right. Well, anything else you want to add? If not,
thank you guys for listening. Like you said, we're thankful for you and tuning in and giving us this platform to even share it. Like, it's such a cool opportunity to have in life.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, we're doing what we can every day to earn that respect back from you guys as well. Mm-hmm. So to keep working, keep growing, keep making money, keep hustling, keep changing the world one podcast at a time, one lawn at a time, one deposit check in the account at a time.
It sounds corny, but I really do feel like this is our purpose. So thank you guys.
Yeah, amen to that. All right, guys. Well, over and out. You want to sign off on the podcast, babe? I always sign off. Why don't you sign off on the podcast?
What do you say?
Well, I mean, you listen to all the shows, right? So go ahead.
All of them.
What's your favorite one?
The middle.
The middle part? The middle?
The middle episode.
The middle episode?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, we'll button it up right here because, dude, the rain's starting to come through. Actually, hold on. Look at this.
We better hurry up and upload this before
Dude, look at that coming through.
Holy smokes.
It's a diagonal red line from like, dude, holy cow. From Toronto, Canada, all the way to Crown Point, Indiana to St. Louis, Missouri. It's like a red thing. We actually should probably...
I really hope we don't... We just had a tornado a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we got to button this up.
Yeah.
Because God forbid this would all get deleted if we don't, hit the whatever.
Did you just hit the bed?
No, that was Emmy with the cup out in the hallway.
Oh.
I didn't bang my knee. But somebody probably heard that. Like, what was that? All right. Over now, guys. Thanks for listening in. Happy Friday. Don't forget to come back Monday, Wednesday. Next week, we get some great people. And that's what we got. Give us a follow. Give us a subscribe. Give us a like. Leave us a rating, review. Whatever you guys are into. Liz is making weird gang signs. All right. Does that mean you want baby number 2? What does that mean? All right, guys. Over now. Thanks for listening. And we'll catch up with you guys here on the next one.
Bye.
Ballard Innovative Products is a full line of gear for the lawn and landscape professional. From mower gear, safety gear, trailer racks, equipment securement, equipment servicing tools, aerators, mower blades, X-blades, aluminum baggers, cleaning products, snow removal tools, and so much more to make you efficient, effective, safe, and profitable in the field. Be sure to check out the Ballard-Inc.com website to help dominate and elevate your business this season. With over 20 years selling accessories and 30 years in the business, they're sure they've got something you can't live without. Corey also said to tell you they appreciate the support and look forward to serving you this season. And to stay safe and keep grinding, friends. And oh yeah, don't forget to use Brian's 10 at checkout to save 10%.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.